Guys, every time I film this review, it gets really long, so I'm going to try to do a quick version. 28 years later, has made it into my least favorite movies of all time. I absolutely despise this movie. I have so much I hate it. I'm sorry. So this is gonna go down as one of my first reviews for a movie that makes it into my least favorite movies of all time. Down there is Pulp Fiction. If a movie disrespects humanity, life, joy, goodness, and replaces it with evil things, I tend to get pretty mad. This is going to be spoiler-free very quickly, and then I'm going to get into some major spoilers. So if you don't want to see that, don't stick around for that section. Let's get into the spoiler-free of 28 years. This movie, honestly, for the first 1/3 is a pretty good movie. Great setup. Well, I don't know if I love the beginning, but I do like the setup of the characters and where they are. I think it's really intriguing. They're in this kind of like safe haven, and there is, I want to call it a water bridge, but there is a bridge that at high tide they cannot cross, low tide they can go into the infected zone. Aaron Taylor Johnson does a really good job playing the dad here, and then we've got Alfie Williams playing Spike. He is amazing. Jodie Comer as the mom. She is also phenomenal. A lot of great actors, good performances. Essentially, Aaron Taylor Johnson's character is bringing Spike into the infected zone to get his first kill and to really kind of build a resistance to the world that they're living in because they're going to have to survive. The opening to this movie is done very well and feels like a good zombie movie to start. And I have to give credit to Danny Boyle because I do think he is immensely talented. I love how he thinks about camera angles. He gives you a unique perspective that really draws you into the story. He's a bit chaotic at times, but I do enjoy that about him. Sometimes it works to his disadvantage. For instance, at the 1/3 mark, there is an intense scene, but he intersplices it with a aftermath scene, and they're both so starkly different and very loud and intense. The problem with it is that you cannot finish that intense moment because it's so interspliced. I still personally feel like I didn't watch the conclusion of that scene because it just spliced right into the next. This is where the movie goes downhill for me, and I will say that after this point, I didn't feel any tension. I wasn't afraid. To me, this fails as a zombie movie, but then it fails on a humanity level that is just so disturbing to me. I found this movie absolutely disgusting, to be honest. I would not recommend it. The ending is absolutely crazy, out of left field, makes no sense, and is a tonal shift that just shocks you. This movie is all about shocking you, and I can't stand movies that rely on that. I don't recommend that you see this movie. I recommend that you avoid it at all costs, honestly. So let's get into some spoilers. All right, so the movie kind of takes a huge shift here. Spike takes his mom into the infected zone because he wants to fight for her and for her to live. She's very ill, and there is a doctor who is out there who he thinks might be able to help. Now, I call this character a witch doctor because that's essentially what he is. This is a twisted man. Poor Spike. Like, we do get some good moments between him and his mom that really show their love and build the characters, which doesn't bode well for what follows. I'm not even going to talk about this one section. We have a pregnant zombie who gives birth to a human baby and, like, not a zombie. There's an alpha male. I do like Danny Boyle that he did these alpha tiers for zombies. Great, whatever. But all the zombies are naked, which honestly I did not need to see and I do not care for. I am also thinking about all those poor extras that were in prosthetics and running around. Also, it's not totally realistic, okay, Danny? Some zombies might still have their clothing on. I'm all for realism, but this is too realistic. I don't need to see this like every 5 seconds. Anyways, so this alpha zombie who is also big, buck naked, rips off the head of one of our characters, a young boy that actually helped the mom and son get away from a sticky situation. Now, albeit this character is a bit of a jerk, he's young, he's stupid, he's not considerate, but there was humanity there, and we got to see a few of those moments. The alpha zombie rips off his head. He then decides to carry around the young man's head while he chases the mom and her son. And I just found this like pointless. I don't know why he's doing it. It only leads into the fact that the witch doctor is who they run into next. And he tranks Big Zombie and is like, ooh, a head. I can add that to my pile that I've been collecting. So he's excited and, again, disrespectful to this young man's life. I know it's a movie, guys. I don't like it. This crazy man puts his head into a kiln and fires off his features and his skin. We get to see him washing that off, and then he places it on his skull pile. I'm already disgusted by this character. I had to work so hard not to walk out of this movie. This witch doctor diagnoses his mom with cancer and says she doesn't have long to live. She'll die soon. Now, he could be wrong, he could be right, but we don't know that. And she could wind up living for another year. But what do? We trank the son in sort of a sweet moment between him and his mom, and then he has a sweet hug with his mom, and the mom's like, yes, you can kill me. I'm gonna go off, we'll go off together, and you can kill me, and then fire my head and give back to my son, which is what they do. I just find this moment so repulsive. This is a young boy. I can't imagine how traumatizing it would be to receive your mother's head moments after holding her and being sad about this diagnosis, and then she just leaves you. They play it off as a triumphant moment as Spike climbs the skull tower to place her at the very top. This is not a triumphant moment, okay? They should spend every moment that they can together, loving each other until the end. Any mom would fight for her son also and make sure he safely gets back to their home. Mothers fight for their children. I just found it all I'm so repulsed by this notion, and involving a kid in it was just too much. It just makes me angry. Spike then brings the non-zombie baby back to base. He's kind of done with his dad for the moment, leaves him a letter, and goes off on his own self-discovery alone in the infected land. This is where the movie goes off the rails because we get these Teletubby wannabes in bright colored tracksuits who help Spike in this moment when he's being overwhelmed by zombies. One of the guys is wearing an upside down cross, and I'm just not about any of this messaging. You guys know me. Aside from my own personal feelings of this movie, this is not a good zombie movie. It's not suspenseful. It was slow and weird. If we were to have a let's tune in moment, this movie, what is it saying to us? It almost is saying that darkness wins, that you should give up. And it's breaking down a family unit. There's no hope. These are terrible messages, okay? I know it's a zombie movie, guys, again, but we gotta have hope. Life is about hope. Life is about love, joy, loving people. Sometimes you have to fight through the things. This is saying give up. So, a little bit of an intense review, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. And let me know what you guys think about 28 years later. I won't be able to bend on this one. I passionately hate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you all. Give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.